Welcome back, friends. It's me, perfect GMAT scorer Julia, here to demonstrate how to read a non-GMAT passage or article in a way that helps you practice for the GMAT. As I've said before, reading high-level articles and books was a huge help for me when I was preparing for the GMAT's reading comp questions. Last time I did a passage analysis, it was pretty informative in nature, and I wanted to do a different style with this one. It features more opinionated language and subjective views, so we can practice looking for those clues together. While William Shakespeare is often hailed as the greatest playwright in the English language, some critics argue that his contemporary, Christopher Marlowe, deserves greater recognition for his contributions to Elizabethan drama. Marlowe's works, though fewer in number, exhibit a boldness and innovation that some believe surpass Shakespeare's achievements. Marlowe's mastery of blank verse and his pioneering use of the iambic pentameter set a new standard for English drama. His play, Tamburlaine, introduced audiences to a new kind of tragic hero, one driven by ambition and a relentless pursuit of power. This character archetype, which Marlowe developed with psychological depth and complexity, arguably laid the groundwork for many of Shakespeare's later protagonists, such as Macbeth and Richard III. Moreover, Marlowe's exploration of controversial themes, including religion, sexuality, and the human condition, was groundbreaking. In Dr. Faustus, Marlowe delves into the consequences of hubris and the quest for forbidden knowledge, presenting a protagonist whose tragic downfall is both profound and thought-provoking. Shakespeare, while undoubtedly skilled, often adhered to more conventional themes and structures, which some critics argue lack the daring and originality found in Marlowe's works. Additionally, Marlowe's influence on the development of the English Renaissance drama cannot be overstated. His ability to blend classical influences with contemporary issues created a dynamic and engaging theatrical experience. While Shakespeare's plays are celebrated for their poetic beauty and intricate plots, Marlowe's works are praised for their intellectual rigor and fearless exploration of human nature. In conclusion, while Shakespeare's legacy is firmly established, Christopher Marlowe's contributions to English drama are equally significant. His innovative use of language, exploration of complex themes, and influence on subsequent playwrights suggests that Marlowe's work deserves greater recognition and appreciation. The gist of this passage is that the author has an opinion that they perceive to be uncommon. Let's see here. Okay. They understand it's a little niche, so they set it up in the first paragraph. Here's this playwright that you're familiar with, Shakespeare, and here's this other playwright that doesn't get their deserved public recognition. The second paragraph brings up a couple of areas where Marlowe incorporated new approaches that Shakespeare later took up, writing plays in iambic pentameter and developing a template for a certain type of strong hero. The third paragraph discusses how Marlowe is more daring than Shakespeare in his themes and the themes that he's willing to explore through his dramas. The fourth paragraph makes a case for Marlowe's influence on the English Renaissance drama, which is also kind of hinted at up here. And then the final paragraph states the author's purpose for writing the passage. Hey, I'm not saying Shakespeare didn't do a lot for the development of English storytelling, but this other guy was at least competitive, if not superior, on several fronts that Shakespeare is known and praised for, which should show him a little more love. Developing a good understanding of the passage's layout will help you with questions on the conclusion, the interplay between the different paragraphs, and other structure-based concerns that they like to bring up. The main argument of the passage is here at the end. Basically, they might also ask about Marlowe's contributions to character development, so that's in here. Meh, I do not have steady hands. Or even like the Renaissance drama thing, that also looks like kind of a seed that would be planted for a question later. You'll get a feel for the passages and how they set up questions. I think with more practice, that was my experience. The GMAT also loves to ask about the author's tone, or sometimes they'll ask a question like, with which of the following sentiments would the author most likely agree or disagree? So there's several examples of tone in this. Where was the one? Oh, while Shakespeare's plays are celebrated for their poetic beauty and intricate plots, Marlowe's works are praised for their intellectual rigor and fearless exploration of human nature. That sort of indicates that the author thinks these are a little more um, intellectually challenging, a little more highbrow. And there's several deserves greater recognition, that sort of thing. So that's a good thing to look for when you're developing an idea of the author's tone. As is always the case with reading comp questions, you'll get more out of it by reading carefully with an eye towards understanding than you will by reading quickly with an eye on the clock. If it helps you keep things straight, I recommend jotting down notes in your booklet that paraphrase each paragraph briefly so that you can make sure you're reading and comprehending in the way that you need to be practicing successfully. That's how I got the most out of it when I was reading unofficial practice passages, New York Times articles, whatever I was practicing with that day. Keep up the good work, and I will see you soon.